All right, Mom, super glad to have you here. Thank you for showing up for the interview all the way in Austin. A few questions since we're going through this album rollout right now, with the first being, how do you think growing up in Southwest Florida shaped me?
I think Bonita Springs was a really safe place, and it had a small town feel. And we knew your friends and their parents, and the baseball field and the skate park and the pool were just like
Yeah,
right around the corner from our house. The schools were close by, and I think you had a really good core group of friends always, and that allowed you to feel comfortable with who you were and to become who you wanted to be.
absolutely. That bird.
But that's a
Yeah,
nice.
that's nice. It's nice. Hey, keep it down a bit now. But if I could only keep one family tradition going, which one are you picking?
Definitely Cousin Fest. My mom and dad started Cousin Fest when you guys were little. And every summer we got together and just did all the things that I did as a kid, but did it with you all. So my nieces and nephews, and all 12 of you would be together. And it was just really special. And you got a lot of great quality time with my mom and dad and aunts and uncles and cousins and people in my family. And you saw where I grew up.
Yes, so special.
Yeah.
I would definitely carry that one on too. That would be the one that I think we all would choose.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm glad we could touch on that here. When did you first go, oh yeah, he's really gonna do music?
When you went to LA and you had attention from some big names, and hearing your voice, like I think I've said this to you, it's surreal for me to hear your voice because I know your voice. So when I hear your voice singing, and the first time I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, he can really sing. And my dad always used to say, you got to get him voice lessons, and he's got a good voice. But I never really experienced that till I heard you sing. And then the creativeness and the lyrics and the writing were really good. And so I just was so proud of you from day one.
I appreciate that, Mom. Thank you. So going into hyperacusis, what was it like finding out that I have hyperacusis and seeing me through that?
It made me sad. I'm a nurse, and so I know that there's not a lot they can do for that, and that if that was going to be a barrier to you doing what you're passionate about and what you're gifted to do, that worried me, and I knew it was painful and that it bothered you, and it limited you in some ways as to what you could do when you were recording or performing or.
Absolutely.
And we tried to do what we could. We tried to find answers and get you medical experts and
all over Florida you drove me.
yeah, but there's not a lot you can do. So it's a struggle that I didn't want you to have, but I also understand that it's a struggle that you've embraced and you're still doing what you are passionate about doing.
Absolutely. So, next question, I love this one. What was I like as a kid? Don't hold back.
You were very intense in all ways. So whatever it was that you were feeling, super happy or super upset, or it was intense. And so what that did was it increased the fun factor. And you were very energetic, and you made us laugh. You were extremely gifted in athletics, so that was really fun to watch. I mean, no matter what you did, you were good at it, and you were this little tiny kid. But like you could get the basketball and get down the court and shoot, and in lacrosse, you took some really heavy hits. And so watching you grow up, and then when you were in high school, your personality really emerged, and you always had good people skills. So it was very interesting to see you use your people skills to be social and identify who you were and
it was definitely more of a survival at that period in time, and I'm still unlearning a lot of things, but yeah, I'm very grateful for that, and that you guys had raised us in a way for us to express ourselves and how we feel. That's like one of my greatest strengths. So thank you guys for that. How would you explain Merboish to someone who's never heard it? How do you embody Merboish?
Okay. Merboish is a term that my twin brother labeled me with, and they made fun of me using that term. And I had a lisp when I was little, so when they said the word Merboish, they said it with like a lisp. So it was hurtful. They made fun of me. But what it embodied was my spirit as a little kid, knowing, like, being comfortable with who I was, and very loving and forgiving and naive and sensitive. And so even though they made fun of me, I never let that squash my spirit. I just kept being myself because that's who I was. I didn't know how to be anything different. But what happened is, as we became adults, my siblings, who used to use it in a derogatory way, it became a positive term, that if somebody in our family was being Merboish, it was like, oh, it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it meant they were being loving and kind and sensitive and all these characteristics that are positive.
Absolutely. I love that. That was such a great answer, Mom. What's your favorite song on the album and why? And I guess you can go through a few songs.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah, I can't pick just one. You know, there's little snippets in all of them. In Success, wanting to make my mom and dad smile, like that makes me smile inside. In Nene Run Amok, that little, you know, that was something that my twin brother came up with when he was visiting us one time, so that makes me laugh inside.
Yep.
Mom and Dad is pretty emotional, and I really appreciate what you were trying to say in that song. And you know, it touched on a time where I was really struggling, but tried to be present as a parent, and you recognized that.
Yeah,
so, and then Jensen Road, with all the references to haircuts and movies and berries and merry-go-rounds, and you know, all the things that you talk about are like what happened in Cousin Fest. Yeah. So, all your cousins, my nieces and nephews, are going to hear and my siblings are going to hear and my mom and dad are going to hear that song, and they're going to be, you know, remembering those things. And so that's really, you know, there's just, and then I love Control. I love your voice when you do falsettos, and you know, they're just all the songs. And then Can't Wait, because that's something that I always say when I know I'm going to see you, like, I can't wait to see you. And then when you're referencing Handlebars, that reminds me of something when you were growing up, and you know, it's just all.
I flipped over the front of my bike.
Yeah, that, or like when you were riding with no handlebars, and yeah.
And the cop tried to bully me.
Yeah, they tried to give you a ticket for riding without holding your handlebars.
And we put them in their place.
Yes, we did.
My mom took care of the lieutenant's mother.
Yes, it was.
So don't mess with us.
It was profiling. It was profiling.
Yeah,
so.
But I had the afro at the time. I had the tie-dye shirt, so I was an easy target.
Yes.
But yeah, so wow, this is, I feel like, great. We don't even have to overdo it. I love you so much, and thank you for doing this.
No problem. I love you too. I'm proud of you.
Tell them to go stream Merboish.
Go stream Merboish. Every song, listen to it over and over again.